and welcome to Bookphoria. Today I'm very excited to introduce you to Jennifer Urezzio, who is a master intuitive, author, a teacher, and a speaker. She is the founder of Soul Language Company. I am extremely honored to have her here today to talk how knowing your soul language can help you with your business. Jennifer, I am very thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I'm so grateful and so honored to be with you and your community today.
Thank you. And as a soul language expert, I think it would be very interesting for our audience to hear your perspective because, as you know, writing is the incredible fingerprint of my soul on paper. I believe that writing and soul are one. And so I think that authors and experts who write content are going to benefit from this conversation a lot. So thank you so much again. Well, as a soul language expert, you probably get this question a lot. How do I know that it's my soul talking, and what is soul language? Can you please explain to us?
It's a beautiful question. What soul language is, first of all, is we're just putting some tangibility around the intent. Giving you words to really describe what you know deep down inside. Especially writers, they like words for things. And when you have the ability to name it, you can accept it on a deep, profound level. So that's what soul language does. It puts tangibility around the soul. We speak 3 languages. Axiom of Quest, which is a very sophisticated way of saying your purpose or your mission. Axiom of Translation, which is about how you'll be known here, the fuel of your mission. And then your tone, which is your soulful personality. So people say all the time, well, how do I know it's my soul? And I say, who cares? Meaning, everything is created from soul. And before we even have the words to put what we want to our desires, the soul has already been engaged. And, here's some examples of how you can understand that it's really your soul giving you the information. It never sounds like you, meaning it's going to sound more direct. It's never going to sound like writing or marketing speak. It's always going to be a little esoteric, and then you can ask a different question or go deeper. And it's never going to incite fear when you hear it. It could be fear after because you're like, oh my God, my soul just told me to write another book. And that can incite fear. But it's never going to sound fearful. And I think the problem that people really have about talking to their soul is that they're going to feel or hear or think they're going to hear that they're not enough or that they are not good enough. And your soul's never going to tell you that. And it's never going to tell you something that you're not capable of or is not inside of you. It's like the most clear, most accurate vision of who you are. And why wouldn't you want to be in conversation with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. Interesting. So, do I understand it correctly? So, the more negative thoughts that we have and the doubts, they come from mind or ego, not from the soul, correct?
Yeah. And, I try not to do the polarity when we do that, right? Negative, good, bad. That's just creating separation within ourselves. But our mind and that unsustainable ego is just trying to keep you safe. And it really loves you, but it can only see what the reality is. It never really knows the ultimate possibility, right? That's the divine's viewpoint. Right. So that doubt, that self-chatter, that, oh my God, you wrote a book, why would anyone want it? Or, oh my God, you wrote a book and, they want you to talk about this, but that's not in the book. I used to hear that comment all the time when I would do PR. But can you talk about it? Oh, yeah. But, okay, so let's talk about it. It's the limiting viewpoint that keeps you safe. Mm-hmm. People write a book because they have this deep desire, this soulful desire to express something in a profound way, to be of service to themselves and to others. That expression has a place that's divinely guided. So you bet that there's someone out there, more than one, that needs that information. And writing the book is a hard part. But it's a hard part that's now over. The next step is the hardest. It's about actually knowing you're safe, putting it out there, and knowing that it will be received. And that takes a lot of interaction with that divine guidance and soul to know you're safe doing that. So this is a perfect time to kind of start connecting and having those deep conversations with who you are to help that. And also to have a deeper understanding of why you created the book.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes, I think this is very important because I think writing is a very vulnerable activity. We kind of expose ourselves, and it's there to stay forever, whatever we say, right? For everybody to judge, and if they decide so. And I think that many writers get really scared a lot, and also sabotage themselves. So in your practice, where do we usually sabotage ourselves, and do you have any suggestions on what we can prevent?
There's some really, out in your face way, and then there's some really sneaky ways. Take a deep breath, and we're going to get on the bus. So I'm going to ask you a question, and whatever pops up, you just write down.
Okay.
So the question to tune into your heart and to have answered is, what is the major way I am sabotaging what I want out of life? And you're going to get a word or a visual or a sensation. And I'll use mine. So the major way I used to sabotage myself was when I had to do something really big, meaning speak out in a big way, I would lose my voice.
Huh.
And it had started happening when I was in corporate America, like a big pitch day. I would come in and I would have no voice. And I would have to squeak through the whole entire pitch. And then I started noticing it when I created my practice, like I would be doing a big video and my voice would go the morning of, and I'd be like, oh. So that's a huge way of sabotaging yourself. So now you have an awareness of how you're sabotaging yourself. Let's give you a solution. So I want you just to take a deep breath. And I want you to ask Divine Intelligence, that's your body, to fill you with the knowing that you are safe to receive what you deeply desire. And you're smiling. There's an instant settling. There's this opening up. So whenever you start to notice that you're in that sabotage, you're going to pause and you're going to reactivate that safety. And if you have to do it a million times a moment, you do it a million times a moment. So that's the big ways. Now you want to be aware of the sneaky ways, because the sneaky ways are harder. Mm-hmm. So you're just going to set the intention over the next couple of days that you're going to have an awareness of how you're sneaky sabotaging yourself. And this happened to me this morning. I was going back and forth with email, and I'm like, I'm not asking what I want. I'm afraid of what I want. What am I afraid of here? Oh, well, if I ask for it, I won't get it. So what if I don't get it out of this person or this source? The divine's going to bring me another source. So I want you just to notice how you're sneaky sabotaging yourself. And then the solution again is to activate the safety. Or writers can journal about why that's so terrifying to you. And there was just in double in amplification, so we know that's important over here. Mm-hmm. So, this is about really understanding and not being in judgment. Because what happens is we then judge the sabotage. Oh my God, I'm never going to get what I want. And then that creates more separation. And I find most writers who write a book want to be out in the spotlight. They want to be famous. And they judge that. Mm-hmm. Because that's thought of, oh, that's not, spiritual, or that's not good, or look what happens to people in the spotlight, they go crazy, or, they abuse power. So right now, accept that the reason that you want to write the book is to be in the spotlight and embrace it, and write out what that looks like for you.
Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Well, you started talking about that we all have this inner desire, or maybe called longing. And could you please talk about more of what is longing, how it's different from discontent, and why is it important for authors?
I I love that question. Thank you. So longing is like this soulful desire. It's something that you are here to greatly experience and to share. And longings is different than discontent, but we use discontent to make us think we're unhappy. So we'll use it in relationships because it's so easy to point out in a relationship, right? Oh my God, I don't have a relationship. I really want a relationship. I'm unhappy that I don't have a relationship. There's the discontent, right? But that really discontent is pointing you to a longing. And the longing can go like this. Oh my God, I really want to experience deep love here. A way to do that is in deep relationships. When you move into the longing, it's a bigger sense of expansion. You can create a bigger vision. It becomes more powerful than the lack. So I want you to look at your discontent and just ask yourself, is that a longing that you're misunderstanding? And what do you want to experience in that longing? I offer everyone the chance to discover one of their soul languages through a complimentary discovery session with me. That's my gift to you. That's my way of being of service. And you'll leave with tools to help you with your book, with your writing, with your deep connection, and to help you achieve what you deeply desire and to utilize your voice.
Thank you so very much, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank
a pleasure and an honor.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.